What's up guys, my name is Tanner and this is For Your Money, a different kind of review. Today we're doing GhostBusters Remastered. Now if you don't know what GhostBusters is, well, I don't think your soul can be saved, but don't worry. We have a proton pack and I promise you we're going to send your soul back to where it came from.
The depths of hell.
Now one thing I want to say before I get into the story and all that stuff is that this is the first time that this specific Ghostbusters is on a Nintendo system. There was technically this Ghostbusters on the Wii, but that was a more cartoony kid-friendly version. So if you're on the Switch, this is a good game, and I'm about to explain to you why. So be excited for this for sure. Ghostbusters the game takes place after the second Ghostbusters film. The company is looking to grow its size and hire some people. Well, you're the only sucker who got hired, so congrats, Rook. Ghostbusters takes off with you investigating a hotel that is facing some ghostly activity. But little did you know that that's going to be the least of your worries. You're going to revisit some classic locations from the movies as they still seem to have ghost infestations. Events start to unfold around the city and it's your job to figure out how all these events are connected. Some old faces are going to come back in the picture, but I'd be spoiling if I said any more, so find out for yourselves. Now this is one very rare video game adaptation of movies that works perfectly. The game's story is very strong and it's basically a Ghostbusters 3. With that being said, let's get into some of the gameplay. Ghostbusters is from 2009, so the gameplay isn't anything impressive. You're a glorified janitor that goes in to clean up ghosts. But as Bill Murray states frequently, well, we'll just leave the mess. Ghostbusters plays out like many shooters do. Go clear out this section and then we'll move on to the next. It seems basic, but luckily this game has the visuals to give it that bump it needs to keep the gears turning. You're going to use your proton pack to blast away ghostly apparitions and then trap them. The proton pack is equipped with many upgrades and different features that you're going to unlock through the game. Most of the features will be unlocked as you're getting into situations where you absolutely need them, and then Egon will say, "Oh, by the way, I built you guys an upgrade, try it." Upgrades to these features cost money, which is obtained by capturing or destroying ghosts, and I'm being dead serious when I say it is vital to upgrade in this game. If you're constantly blasting enemies, then your pack is going to overheat, and as much of a burden as that sounds, it's really not as long as you upgrade. Another reason to upgrade is one of my extremely few cons with this game. Some of the enemies are tanks. Best example is the gargoyles. Those will prove to be frustrating, so leveling up your pack, that's really going to help out. And this game has some really fun gameplay. Some of my favorite from 2009, and it holds still today. So even with all these groundbreaking open world games today, Ghostbusters doesn't try to be that. It wants to be simpler in the gameplay, and that's the magic with this game's gameplay. One very big part of the gameplay is using the PKE meter. Fans of the movie should recognize this. The PK meter in this game allows you to track ghosts, track collectibles, and track your main goal. This is also used as a scanning tool. You're going to want to scan every enemy you can. That's bosses included. And if you're a collector, I recommend you have this thing handy at all times because there are a lot of ghosts to get scanning. Scanning ghosts allows you to see the type of ghosts, their behaviors, which is how they attack, their weakness, day's duration, and trap resistance. Day's duration is pretty much the amount of time you have to trap them before they start moving around again, making it even harder to trap them, and then you're going to have to slam them against the walls or on the ground some more. Trap resistance is how they react when they get caught in the trap's beam. Some are very hard to trap. And lastly, you get a background of who the ghost was. As I mentioned before, the visuals in this game help capture the players. For this game being almost a decade old, the remastered graphics hold up and continue to deliver those memorable cutscenes I remembered. I didn't know what to expect when coming back to this game after so long, but my first proving point was the first mission when you have to capture the fisherman. From the water to the coral-like designs in the hall, I could tell they spent a decent amount of time on these graphics making sure that we got how we remembered the game. Not how it actually was, but how we remembered it. The cast of this game was a spitting image of how they looked back in their ghost-busting days of the 80s. Another one of my favorite parts of this game too, before and even more so now, is how the streams from your proton pack look. It was like watching a gun shoot out the product of a plasma lamp. It was very well designed, especially when you think of how visuals work. Lighting isn't the easiest thing to get right. But the devs in this game knew that if the stream from the Proton Pack couldn't look stunning, then this game probably shouldn't exist. So Mad Dog Visuals 1, Bethesda 0. Now let's get on to the sound. Voice acting was superb, sound effects were superb, and obviously, the theme song was awesome. So here's a couple clips for you to judge yourself.
Bye.
You got that right, Scooter.
So the graphics weren't the only thing handled with care in this game. I thought the sound was superb, and I thought they did a great job handling it. So with all that being said, let's get to the fun factor. This game has a very high fun factor. The gameplay aspect, yet simple, is still incredibly enjoyable. This game shows that not all games need to be complicated or have over-the-top menus and action. The original had me coming back more than once, and this one will too. It's a very well thought October release, so good job Saber and Mad Dog. Ghostbusters was $30 upon release, so Ghostbusters to me is worth $30 out of $30. As usual, this was a phenomenal gaming experience, and if this helped, then hey, why not subscribe? And if you hated it, just go ahead and hit that thumbs down button. No harm, no foul.